Beloved, I need you to pause everything right now. Stop scrolling. Silence the noise around you. What's happening in this moment is not accidental. You didn't randomly click on this message. Heaven orchestrated this divine appointment. God has been watching you, watching your struggles, your silent prayers at 3 a.m., your tears that no one else sees, your private conversations with Him about your finances, your job, your future. He's seen every sacrifice you've made, every time you've chosen faith, when fear was louder, every morning you got up and pushed forward, even when your bank account said give up. Today is different. This isn't just another video, another message, another promise. This is a prophetic interruption. When the Creator of the universe stops everything to speak specifically about your employment and your provision, it means something powerful has already shifted in the spiritual realm. Decisions have been made in heavenly places about your next chapter. Doors have been marked with your name. Opportunities have been prepared with you in mind. Increase has been assigned to your household. You've been asking God for answers. You've been seeking clarity about your career path. You've been praying for breakthrough in your finances. You've been waiting for the pressure to lift, for the burden to ease, for something to finally change. And right now, in this sacred moment, heaven is responding, not with silence, not with delay, but with a clear, unmistakable declaration over your life. What you're about to hear will explain why the battle has been so intense. It will reveal why the enemy has fought your finances so viciously. It will show you what God is positioning you for, and why this season of struggle was actually preparation for unprecedented elevation. Your wilderness wasn't punishment, it was training ground. Your valley wasn't abandonment, it was positioning. Your pressure wasn't rejection, it was refinement. Something supernatural is about to break loose in your job situation, your income streams, your financial atmosphere, and your professional calling. The shift won't be subtle or small. It will be undeniable, unmistakable, and completely transformative. God isn't whispering suggestions. He's speaking decrees. He's releasing strategies. He's activating destinies. And your name is on His lips right now. Before we go deeper, I want you to do something. If your spirit recognizes this word is for you, if something inside you just quickened, drop a comment right now. You don't need to write a paragraph. Just type I receive this, or this is for me. Let heaven see your agreement. Let the angels witness your faith, and stay with me. Because what comes next will change how you see your current situation forever. Chosen one, I want to speak directly to something you haven't told anyone. There's a financial battle you've been fighting in complete silence. You smile in public while anxiety grips you in private. You encourage others while discouragement whispers to you. You post about gratitude while wondering how you'll make it through another month. You worship on Sunday while Monday's bills scream at you. The weight you're carrying is real, and today, God wants you to know. He sees it all. You've been sowing so much effort, but reaping exhaustion. Working harder than ever, but seeing minimal results. Taking steps forward, but feeling like you're walking in place. Applying wisdom, but watching doors stay locked. Doing everything right, but experiencing everything difficult. And somewhere deep inside, you've wondered if God forgot about you, if your prayers aren't reaching Him, if you missed your moment, if provision will ever match your faithfulness. But hear this truth: cycles break when God speaks. Delays end when heaven decrees. Stagnation shatters when divine authority enters your situation. And today, right now, God is speaking directly into your financial atmosphere. He's not observing from a distance. He's not taking notes for later. He's stepping into your circumstances with the same power that parted seas, multiplied bread, stopped storms, and raised the dead. Let me take you to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. God says, "Remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." Read that again slowly. It is God who gives you the power to generate wealth, not your employer, not your degree, not your connections, not the economy, not your industry, not your background. God is the source of your financial power. And here's what the enemy doesn't want you to understand. When that power source gets attacked spiritually, everything connected to your provision gets disrupted. Your opportunities shrink. Your income becomes irregular. Your progress gets delayed. Your doors stay closed. Your efforts produce less. your breakthroughs get blocked. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because there's been a spiritual assault on your God-given ability to create wealth. The enemy has been trying to suffocate your financial power at the source. He's been attacking your creativity, your confidence, your clarity, your courage, everything connected to your capacity to prosper. But the Spirit of the living God is reactivating that power in you right now. As you hear these words, heaven is restoring what hell tried to steal. The anointing to prosper is being renewed in your life. The divine ability to generate income is being refreshed. The supernatural capacity to attract resources is being reestablished. And the grip that lack had on your household is beginning to break, crack, and crumble. This is why life has felt like warfare. This is why the pressure has been relentless. This is why you faced attack after attack in your finances. Because the enemy fears the financially free version of you. He's terrified of the debt-free you. He's threatened by the prosperous you. He's intimidated by the financially stable you. Because that version of you becomes dangerous to darkness, unstoppable in your assignment, effective in your calling, capable of building what God placed in your heart, able to serve without restriction, free to say yes to heaven without checking your bank account first. Your financial freedom is directly connected to your kingdom assignment. The enemy knows that once provision flows correctly in your life, you'll accomplish things that will shake his kingdom. You'll build things that will advance God's purposes. You'll help people he wanted to keep bound. You'll fund vision he wanted to keep starved. You'll walk in authority he wanted to keep suppressed. That's why the battle over your finances has been so intense. It's not just about money, it's about your mandate. Let me speak to specific cycles that are breaking off your life right now. The cycle of almost getting there, but never quite arriving, broken. The cycle of constant financial emergencies, draining every increase, broken. The cycle of irregular, unpredictable income, broken. The cycle of never having enough no matter how much comes in, broken. The cycle of starting over from zero, repeatedly, broken. The cycle of living paycheck to paycheck with no breathing room, broken. The cycle of unexpected losses, stealing your progress, broken. The cycle of delayed success when you've done everything right, broken. Every single one of these patterns is shattering right now. Not because you're trying harder, not because you're more disciplined, not because the economy shifted, but because God himself is intervening in your situation. He's stepping into your financial story with authority that cannot be challenged, with power that cannot be stopped, with provision that cannot be blocked. If what I'm saying is resonating deep in your spirit, I want you to pause and do something. Type in the comments, God is breaking my cycles. Say it out loud as you type it. Let your faith meet this word. Let your agreement connect with heaven's declaration. This isn't about engagement. This is about activating what God is releasing over your life right now. Your struggle is being replaced with strategy. Your burden is being exchanged for blessing. Your lack is being transformed into divine provision. Your confusion is being turned into clarity. Your pressure is becoming your platform. Your test is becoming your testimony, and your battle is becoming your breakthrough. I need you to understand something crucial. God hasn't been absent during your financial struggle. He's been present, watching, waiting for the precise moment to move. Not the moment you wanted, not when it made sense to you, but the Kairos moment, the appointed time, the strategic season when his intervention would produce maximum impact with minimum resistance. You've been in a holding pattern, but holding patterns aren't punishment, they're preparation. Pilots circle airports, not because they're lost, but because they're waiting for clearance to land safely. You've been circling your promise, and it's felt frustrating, exhausting, confusing, but heaven has been clearing the runway. God has been removing obstacles you couldn't see, dismantling barriers you didn't know existed, shifting circumstances you had no power to change, repositioning people who needed to be moved, and preparing an atmosphere that can sustain what he's about to release. The wait wasn't wasted. The delay wasn't denial. The process wasn't pointless. Everything you've been through has been building something in you that you'll need for where you're going. Your character has been refined. Your faith has been fortified. Your discernment has been sharpened. Your dependency on God has deepened. And now you're ready to carry what's coming without it destroying you. This is the beginning of your financial shift. This is the start of your breakthrough season. This is the dawn of your elevation. not tomorrow. Financial shift. This is the start of your breakthrough season. This is the dawn of your elevation. Not tomorrow, not someday, not eventually. Now, today, this moment. Heaven is moving. God is speaking. Angels are working. And your situation is changing. Chosen one, I need you to grasp this powerful spiritual principle. God never increases a person without first repositioning them. Increase without proper positioning becomes a burden instead of a blessing. Promotion without preparation leads to pressure. Elevation without alignment creates instability. So before God expands you, He positions you. Look at Abraham. Before he received the promise of nations coming from his lineage, God had to reposition him. Leave your country, your people, your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. Repositioning. Joseph didn't go from his father's house directly to Pharaoh's palace. He went to a pit, to Potiphar's house, to prison. Each one a repositioning that built character, developed leadership, refined integrity, and established the wisdom he'd need to manage a nation's resources. Repositioning. Esther wasn't born in the palace. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin, living as a minority in a foreign land. But God repositioned her, brought her into the king's court, gave her favor, elevated her to queen, so she could be in the right place at the right time to save her entire people. Repositioning. Peter was a fisherman who fished all night and caught nothing. But when Jesus told him to reposition his boat, launch out into the deep and let down your nets, that repositioning led to a miracle catch that broke his nets. Repositioning. Do you see the pattern? Repositioning isn't rejection. It's not God moving you away from your blessing. It's God moving you toward it. It's heaven adjusting your location, your associations, your environment, your perspective, your focus, so that what's assigned to you can actually reach you. If things in your job have been shifting, if your work environment has felt unstable, if changes have been happening that you didn't initiate, if doors have closed that you thought were your destiny, if you've lost positions you thought you'd keep forever, if relationships in your workplace have changed, if you've felt a pull to move in a direction that doesn't make logical sense, hear me clearly. You're not being removed, you're being realigned. What looks like loss is actually positioning. What feels like disruption is actually divine orchestration. What appears to be chaos is actually heaven's careful rearrangement of your life. God is adjusting your coordinates, shifting your atmosphere, changing your environments, so that when the blessing comes, when the increase arrives, when the promotion manifests, you'll be in the exact right place to receive it fully. Sometimes God has to shift your atmosphere before He shifts your income. Sometimes He must change who's around you before He changes what's available to you. Sometimes He has to separate you from certain people, certain places, certain systems before He can elevate you. Because heaven knows when an environment can no longer support what's growing inside you. Heaven recognizes when a workplace has become too small for your expanding gift. Heaven sees when relationships have become toxic to your destiny. Heaven understands when a system is designed to keep you limited. And when that season comes, God doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't ask your opinion. He moves you, sometimes gently, sometimes suddenly, sometimes through circumstances that confuse you, but always with purpose, always with precision, always with your future in mind. Right now, take a breath. If you've been going through unexpected changes in your job or career, type this in the comments. I'm being repositioned. Don't overthink it. Just acknowledge what God is doing. Let heaven know you recognize the shift. Let the enemy know you're not confused by the process. Isaiah 43 verse 19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." God is doing something new in your life. It's already springing up. It's already forming. It's already taking shape in the spiritual realm. Whether you perceive it yet or not, whether you feel it yet or not, whether you see evidence yet or not, divine activity is happening around your life with precision and purpose. You're in a divine repositioning season, and this time the shift isn't random or chaotic. It's intentional, strategic, purposeful, heaven-directed. God is moving you into the right place at the right time, with the right people, in the right alignment, so that the increase assigned to your life will flow without resistance, arrive without warfare, and establish without struggle. This repositioning is your proof that supernatural increase is closer than you think. The fact that things are shifting means preparation is complete. The fact that God is moving pieces on the board of your life means the next move is significant. The fact that you're feeling unsettled means you're about to be resettled in a better position. Think about chess for a moment. Before a master chess player makes a winning move, they reposition their pieces, they move the knight, they relocate the bishop, they advance the pawns. Every repositioning looks like individual moves, but it's all part of one strategy leading to checkmate. That's what God is doing in your life. Every change, every shift, every transition, they're not random, they're strategic repositioning for a winning move that's coming. And here's what the enemy doesn't want you to know. The intensity of the repositioning often reveals the magnitude of what's coming. The harder the shift, the bigger the blessing. The more uncomfortable the transition, the more significant the transformation. The more it challenged your faith, the more it's going to increase your favor. You haven't been going through this repositioning for nothing. You haven't been enduring these changes for small reasons. God doesn't move people around carelessly. He doesn't disrupt lives without purpose. He doesn't reposition his children without reason. Everything you've experienced has been preparing you, positioning you, aligning you for a level of increase you couldn't have received where you were. Sometimes God removes you from a job that seemed good to place you in a career that's great. Sometimes he closes a door to your plan, to open a door to his purpose. Sometimes he takes away what you wanted to give you, what you need. Sometimes he disrupts your comfort to establish your calling. And every single time, even when it hurts, even when it's confusing, even when it doesn't make sense, he's working all things together for your good. Your current position, whether employed, unemployed, transitioning, or uncertain, is temporary positioning for permanent promotion. Where you are right now isn't where you're staying. What you're experiencing right now isn't your ending. Who you're surrounded by right now might not go with you to the next level, and that's okay. It's God's repositioning you for something that requires a different environment, different relationships, different resources, different opportunities. Before we continue, I want you to know something. If you've shared this message with someone who needed to hear it, heaven sees that. If you've subscribed because you sense there's more God wants to speak to you, that's not accident, that's alignment. This isn't about algorithms or analytics. This is about you positioning yourself to receive ongoing prophetic instruction for this season of your life. Your willingness to stay connected to this word releases something in the spirit over your situation. The repositioning phase is ending. The increase phase is beginning. You're about to see why God moved you. You're about to understand why certain doors closed. You're about to recognize why you had to let go of what you were holding. Because what he's positioning you to receive is bigger, better, more aligned with your purpose, more connected to your destiny, and more capable of sustaining the life you're called to live. Get ready. Your repositioning was the setup for your next level. And that next level is closer than you think. Chosen one, pay close attention to this truth, because it will shift how you see your current season. God is not just blessing your job, he's elevating you as a person. And when God elevates someone, he doesn't start with their salary. He starts with their value. Before influence shows up externally, it rises internally. Before others recognize your worth, heaven increases it inside you. Before the promotion comes, the person worthy of the promotion is developed. You are becoming someone different. Not worse than who you were, but deeper, stronger, wiser, more capable. Your capacity is expanding. Your confidence is maturing. Your spiritual authority is increasing. Your discernment is sharpening. Your vision is clarifying. Your voice is strengthening. This elevation is happening in your identity before it manifests in your income. God is building something in you that will carry something to you. He is developing a version of you that can handle what's coming without being destroyed by it. He is establishing character that can sustain success. He's fortifying integrity that can withstand promotion. He's deepening humility that can manage visibility. Because what God is preparing to release in your career and finances requires a prepared person to receive it. You're about to become someone whose presence carries authority, not arrogance, authority, not pride, confidence, not self-promotion, self-assurance. There's a weightiness coming on your life. When you walk into rooms, atmospheres will shift. When you speak, people will listen differently. When you offer your perspective, it will carry influence. When you present your ideas, they will command attention. When you demonstrate your skills, they will open doors. The version of you that's emerging right now is the version heaven has been preparing for years. Every difficult season refined you. Every closed door redirected you. Every disappointment deepened you. Every betrayal strengthened you. Every setback built resilience in you. Every no you received was actually training you to handle the yes that's coming. Every time you were overlooked, God was adding another layer to your character that will make you unforgettable when your moment arrives. You're stepping into a realm where what you carry will no longer be dismissed, minimized, overlooked, or ignored. Heaven is placing a spotlight on your gift. God is shining attention on what you've been building in obscurity. The skills you developed when no one was watching are about to be showcased when everyone is looking. The expertise you gained in the hidden place is about to be deployed on a visible platform. Take a moment and let this sink in. If something I'm saying is touching something deep inside you, drop a comment. Just write, "I'm being elevated." 3 simple words. But when you type them, you're not just commenting, you're making a declaration. You're agreeing with what heaven is saying about you. You're activating faith for what God is developing in you. Proverbs 22, verse 29 says, "Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank." Notice it doesn't say they might serve before kings, or they hope to serve before kings. It says they will. It's a guarantee. When your skill reaches a certain level of excellence, when your gift matures to its full expression, when your work reflects divine quality, kings notice, influence seeks you out, opportunities pursue you, doors open automatically. Kings in this context represent influence, access, opportunity, promotion, platforms, visibility, authority, and resources. God is positioning you to stand before kings. People of influence who can open doors you couldn't open yourself, create opportunities you couldn't manufacture yourself, provide access to rooms you couldn't enter yourself, and release resources you couldn't generate yourself. Heaven is orchestrating divine intersections in your life. Moments where your gift meets the exact right need, situations where your skill meets the perfect opportunity, conversations where your expertise meets someone searching for exactly what you carry, connections where your calling meets destiny helpers assigned to assist you. Some of you listening right now are about to receive unexpected job offers. Positions you didn't apply for will be offered to you. Salaries higher than what you asked for will be proposed to you. Opportunities you didn't know existed will be presented to you. Contracts you didn't pursue will pursue you. Clients you didn't pitch to will reach out to you. Collaborations you didn't seek will seek you. Mentors you never approached will notice you. Destiny helpers will suddenly appear in your path. Every single one of these blessings is already moving toward you right now. God is working behind scenes you can't see. He's influencing conversations you're not part of. He's shifting decisions you don't know about. He's opening minds you haven't met. He's softening hearts toward you. He's causing favor to flow in your direction. He's making your name come up in discussions about solutions, about hiring, about partnerships, about opportunities. What you've been waiting for is starting to look for you. Your name is about to circulate in circles you've never accessed. Your work is about to be noticed by people who can amplify it. Your gift is about to be recognized by those who can resource it. Your presence is about to be requested in spaces that can elevate it. Not because you forced anything, not because you manipulated circumstances, not because you networked strategically, but because God is endorsing you. When heaven endorses someone, human systems cannot restrict them. Doors that were locked suddenly swing open. Gatekeepers who said no suddenly say yes. Opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly become accessible. Favor that made no sense suddenly becomes undeniable. Promotion that defied logic suddenly becomes reality. Your gift is making room for you, but not because your gift changed, because God is making room for your gift. There's a difference. You've always been talented. You've always been capable. You've always been skilled. But timing, positioning, and divine endorsement had to align. Now they're aligning, Now heaven is releasing you. Now your season is shifting from development to deployment, from preparation to presentation, from hidden to highlighted. This next season will prove to you that your skill was never ordinary. Your creativity was never common. Your ideas were never random. They were seeds planted by heaven, watered through your wilderness, cultivated in your waiting, matured in your process, and now ready for harvest in your season of increase. What felt hidden for too long is about to be highlighted publicly. What seemed overlooked for years is about to be sought after actively. What appeared insignificant in obscurity is about to become invaluable in visibility. And you're going to look back and understand why the timing had to be exact, why the delay was actually divine strategy, why you had to wait while others were promoted, because what God is releasing to you and through you requires the exact version of you that only this journey could produce. If you're still with me, if your spirit is bearing witness to this word, let me know you're here. Write in the comments, my value is rising. Not for my sake, for your sake. Because when you declare it, when you type it, when you speak it out loud, you're partnering with what God is doing. You're agreeing with heaven's assessment of you. You're activating the elevation that's already been assigned. God is elevating your value because your assignment requires visibility, influence, and impact. You're not called to stay small. You're not designed to remain hidden. You're not meant to serve in obscurity forever. There was a season for that, a necessary season, a valuable season, but that season is ending. The season of visibility is beginning. The season of influence is starting. The season of impact is arriving. And here's what's beautiful about God's elevation. It's not about you becoming someone you're not. It's about you becoming fully who you've always been meant to be. The truest, most authentic, most powerful version of yourself. The version that's been buried under insecurity, hidden beneath fear, suppressed by rejection, dimmed by disappointment. That version is rising. That version is emerging. That version is about to be seen, heard, recognized, and celebrated. Your value is being elevated because what God is positioning you for requires it. Your assignment needs you operating at full capacity. Your calling needs you walking in complete confidence. Your destiny needs you functioning with divine authority. And this season of your life is establishing all of that in you before it establishes all of that around you. The internal work is almost complete. The external manifestation is about to begin. Get ready. Chosen one, I need to speak directly to the limitations you've been living under. Your income is not supposed to come from one place forever. You're too gifted to depend on one stream. You're too anointed to rely on one source. You're too talented to stay limited to one avenue. You're too creative to be confined to one channel. You're too purposeful to remain restricted to one method. God is about to multiply your streams. And I'm not speaking metaphorically or theoretically. I'm speaking prophetically. Heaven never designed you to live financially confined. There's too much inside you, too much potential locked in you, too many abilities waiting to be activated, too many ideas ready to become profitable, too much assignment resting on you that requires resources from multiple directions. This is why something inside you has felt restless. This is why you've sensed there's more. This is why you've known you're capable of creating income in ways you haven't explored yet. That stirring isn't frustration, it's indication, it's confirmation that expansion is near. It's proof that multiplication season is coming. Let me tell you why the enemy attacked your finances so viciously. He knew that once your income multiplies, everything multiplies. Your influence multiplies. Your impact multiplies. Your opportunities multiply. Your ability to serve multiplies. Your kingdom effectiveness multiplies. Your freedom to obey God without financial restriction multiplies. And that terrifies darkness. The enemy understands something many believers miss. Financial increase isn't just about money. It's about movement, reach, and kingdom impact. A resourced believer becomes an unstoppable believer. A debt-free believer becomes a dangerous believer. A financially stable believer becomes a spiritually effective believer. Because when provision is no longer a constant concern, when survival is no longer the daily battle, when making ends meet is no longer the primary focus, you're free to pursue purpose with your whole heart. That's why the warfare around your finances has been intense. It's not random, it's strategic whole heart. That's why the warfare around your finances has been intense. It's not random, it's strategic opposition to your prophetic future. The enemy launched a preemptive attack against your financial expansion because he saw what God assigned to you. He recognized that once resources flow correctly in your life, you'll accomplish things that will damage his kingdom and advance God's purposes. But hear this, the same God who watched the battle is now ending it. The same God who saw every attack is now reversing it. The same God who allowed the pressure is now releasing the breakthrough. And what's about to happen in your finances will be so clearly supernatural that you'll have no doubt heaven intervened. Look at 2 Kings chapter 4. There's a widow whose husband died, leaving her in debt. Creditors were coming to take her children as slaves. She had nothing except a small jar of oil. The prophet Elisha told her to gather as many empty vessels as she could from her neighbors. Not a few, as many as possible. Then he told her to pour her small amount of oil into those vessels. And as she poured, the oil multiplied. It kept flowing, kept multiplying, filled every vessel, and only stopped when there were no more vessels to fill. That widow's oil represents what you carry. Her empty vessels represent the opportunities God is about to open, and the multiplication represents what heaven is doing with your gifts, your ideas, your skills, your creativity, your obedience right now. What seems small in your hands is about to multiply. What appears limited is about to expand. What looks insufficient is about to become abundant. Peter was a professional fisherman who fished all night using his expertise and caught nothing. Then Jesus told him to try again. Same boat, same nets, same water. But this time, divine multiplication touched his efforts. The catch was so large it began breaking the nets and sinking the boat. Supernatural increase overwhelmed natural capacity. That's what's coming for you. Blessing so abundant, it overwhelms your current capacity to contain it. Joseph went from pit to prison to palace, from betrayal to blessing, from forgotten to favored, from prisoner to prime minister. God didn't just deliver Joseph, he positioned him to manage the resources of an entire nation. What was in Joseph's hands, administrative gifting, strategic thinking, integrity under pressure, wisdom in crisis, and God multiplied those abilities into a platform that saved nations and fulfilled destiny. God is doing something in your hands right now. Your ideas are about to become profitable. Your gifts are about to make room for you. Your creativity is about to produce increase. Your obedience is about to attract provision. Your faithfulness is about to invite favor. Your consistency is about to yield harvest. Stop right here for a moment. If faith is rising in you, if hope is stirring, if something is awakening regarding your financial future, write this in the comments. My streams are multiplying. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about prophetic agreement. You're not speaking what you hope might happen. You're declaring what heaven is already doing. Heaven is breathing on areas of your life you thought were insignificant. That hobby you do in spare time, God sees marketplace potential. That skill you develop just for fun, heaven sees income opportunity. That creative outlet you never took seriously, God sees monetization possibility. That passion you never thought could pay, heaven sees provision stream. That gift you've given away for free, God says it's time to receive financial value for it. Get ready for multiple income streams you didn't plan. Get ready for opportunities you didn't apply for. Get ready for ideas that bring financial increase without traditional employment. Get ready for doors you didn't knock on, opening anyway. Get ready for divine connections that lead to wealth strategies. Get ready for kingdom resources, finding their way to you. These aren't wishes. These aren't motivational statements. These are prophetic indicators of where God is taking you financially. The drought you've been experiencing wasn't permanent. It was temporary. The financial warfare you've been enduring wasn't your ending. It was your training. What hindered you before will not hinder you now. What blocked you yesterday cannot block you today. Because heaven is shifting your financial atmosphere. You're stepping into financial expansion. Everything that worked to shrink your finances, losing power right now. Everything that opposed your progress is breaking right now. Everything that blocked increase is being removed right now. The season of just enough is ending. The season of more than enough is beginning. You're stepping into the flow God intended from the start. A flow that cannot be stopped. A flow that cannot be restricted. A flow that cannot be blocked. You will not depend on one source again. God Himself is establishing multiple channels. He's opening streams you never considered possible. He's creating pathways you never imagined existed. He's positioning you for opportunities that were hidden until this appointed time. This is your season of multiplication, not by human effort, but by divine intervention. Not by your struggle, but by God's strategy. Not by your power, but by His Spirit. And what God multiplies, no person can diminish. What heaven increases, no circumstance can decrease. What the Spirit activates, no enemy can deactivate. The financial shift happening in your life right now is not temporary. It's not seasonal. It's not a brief blessing followed by more struggle. This is a foundational shift, a structural change, a permanent repositioning of your financial reality. You're not just getting a breakthrough, you're entering a new financial dimension where lack is no longer your normal, where struggle is no longer your story, where limitation is no longer your ceiling. Before I continue, let me say this to those who've been faithfully watching, supporting, and sharing these messages. You're not just consuming content, you're participating in something God is doing. Your presence here, your engagement with this word, your willingness to let heaven speak to you, it all matters. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, not for me, but for you. Because there's more God wants to say to you, and I don't want you to miss a single word heaven is releasing for your next season. Your breakthrough is being spoken into existence by God Himself. Your provision is being released from heaven. Your increase is being activated by divine decree. And nothing, no attack, no system, no person, no circumstance can undo what God is doing next in your finances. Chosen one, breathe this in deeply. Hold this moment. Receive this word. Your job is shifting right now. Your income is changing in this very season. Your opportunities are increasing as you listen to this. Your favor is rising while you hear these words. Your path is opening before your eyes. Your name is being mentioned in rooms of influence you don't even know exist. Heaven is moving things on your behalf in places you cannot see. Conversations are happening about you that you're not part of. Decisions are being made concerning you without your knowledge. Doors are being unlocked for you before you even approach them. Favor is being released in your direction from sources you haven't met. And all of it is orchestrated by the God who knows your name, sees your struggle, values your faithfulness, and honors your trust. You're stepping into divine momentum. This is different from human hustle. This is different from your own effort. This is God's supernatural movement, carrying you forward. And when God creates momentum, things that once resisted you start making room for you. Things that once ignored you begin recognizing your value. Things that once passed you by circle back with new urgency. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is divine orchestration, aligning your reality with heaven's original intention for your life. The things that tried to block you are losing their power. The systems that worked against your progress are breaking down. The people who dismissed you are about to see you differently. The environments that suffocated your potential are being removed. And the limitations that defined your past season are being dismantled piece by the hand of God Himself. This time, your blessing will not be stolen. Your breakthrough will not be delayed another season. Your progress will not be reversed by sudden setbacks. Your increase will not be temporary or unstable. Why? Because God Himself is speaking over your career and finances. When heaven speaks, cycles break. When God decrees, barriers fall. When His voice goes ahead of you, nothing behind you can stop what He sets in motion. Let me tell you what's happening right now in the spiritual realm. Angels are being assigned to your situation. Heavenly hosts are being positioned around your future. Divine strategies are being released concerning your next steps. Supernatural wisdom is being downloaded into your spirit. Creative ideas that will generate income are being placed in your mind. Connections that will change your trajectory are being arranged. Opportunities that match your gifting are being prepared. You might not see change your trajectory or being arranged. Opportunities that match your gifting are being prepared. You might not see all of this with your natural eyes yet, but it's happening. God doesn't work on your timeline. He doesn't move according to your urgency. He moves according to his perfect wisdom and flawless timing. And right now, in this season, his timing is aligning with your need. What you've been praying for is intersecting with what heaven has been preparing. Your faith is meeting God's faithfulness. Your expectation is about to encounter his manifestation. This is not the season where you fight just to survive. This is the season where you step into fulfillment. You're done barely making it. You're done living stressed. You're done wondering if breakthrough will ever come. You're done questioning whether God heard your prayers. This is the season where you see, where you experience, where you testify, where you overflow, where you breathe easier, where you sleep better, where you smile more, where you worry less. If something in your spirit is saying yes to this word right now, I want you to do something. Pause for just a moment and write in the comments, my season is shifting, not because I need to see it, not because engagement matters more than your breakthrough, but because there's power in your declaration. There's something that happens when you align your mouth with what heaven is speaking over your life. Your words become an agreement with God's intention. You're entering a supernatural season where heaven has the final say, not people who don't believe in you, not bosses who overlooked you, not circumstances that tried to break you, not the economy that tried to limit you, not the enemy who tried to destroy you. God is speaking, and when God speaks, everything shifts. What was closed for years begins to open suddenly. What was stagnant for months begins to move rapidly. What was empty for so long begins to overflow abundantly. What felt delayed becomes accelerated. What seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Heaven is rewriting the outcome of areas in your life that once felt hopeless. Your job is blessed, not just tolerated, not just survived, blessed, anointed, covered, protected, elevated. Your income is blessed, not barely enough, not unstable and unpredictable, blessed, multiplied, increased, sustained. Your ideas are blessed, not ignored, not rejected, blessed, recognized, valued, implemented. Your future is blessed, not uncertain, not frightening, blessed, secured, promised, guaranteed. Your hands are blessed. Everything you touch is about to prosper. Your path is blessed. Every step you take is being ordered by God. Your destiny is blessed. Every part of your assignment is being activated, and nothing can undo what God is doing next. No attack from the enemy can cancel it. No broken system can block it. No jealous person can interfere with it. No difficult circumstance can reverse it. Let me tell you why this breakthrough is different from others you've experienced. In the past, you might have had moments of increase, followed by sudden setbacks. You might have seen progress, only to watch it crumble. You might have received blessings that felt temporary. But this time is different. This time, God is building something sustainable. This time, heaven is establishing something that cannot be easily shaken. This time, the foundation is being set by God's own hand. Chosen one, your breakthrough is being spoken into existence by God himself, and what God speaks cannot be stopped by human interference. When he declares something over your life, it becomes more certain than gravity. It becomes more reliable than the sunrise. It becomes more guaranteed than your next breath. This is the confidence you can carry. This is the peace you can rest in. This is the assurance that allows you to sleep well tonight. You're about to see vindication. Every person who doubted you will see your elevation. Every voice that spoke against you will witness your promotion. Every system that rejected you will realize they missed an opportunity. But here's what's beautiful about how God does this. Your vindication won't come through your own defense. It won't come through arguments or explanations. It will come through undeniable evidence. Your life will become the testimony. Your results will silence the question. Your transformation will speak louder than any words. And when this happens, don't become prideful. Don't become arrogant. Don't become the person who forgets where you came from. Remember the struggle. Remember the prayers. Remember the tears. Remember the moments when only God kept you standing. Let your elevation create gratitude, not superiority. Let your increase produce generosity, not greed. Let your promotion inspire humility, not entitlement. Because the purpose of your financial breakthrough isn't just about you living comfortably. It's about you walking in your full assignment without financial restriction. It's about you being positioned to help others without always needing help yourself. It's about you having the resources to build what God called you to build, to give what God called you to give, to go where God called you to go, to serve how God called you to serve. Your financial freedom unlocks your spiritual effectiveness. This is why the enemy fought your finances so hard. He knew that a resourced you becomes a dangerous you. He knew that a stable you becomes a focused you. He knew that a debt-free you becomes a generous you. He knew that an abundant you becomes an unstoppable you. Take a moment right now and let this truth settle deep in your spirit. Your financial struggle was never random. It was targeted. The warfare around your income wasn't accidental. It was strategic. The enemy understood something about your destiny that you're only now beginning to see. He understood that your breakthrough would trigger a chain reaction of blessings, not just for you, but through you to others. If you're feeling that stirring in your spirit right now, if tears are forming because something is resonating so deeply, write this in the comments. I receive this word, because reception is different from just hearing. You can hear truth and let it pass by. But when you receive truth, you take it into yourself. You let it change you. You allow it to recalibrate your expectations and rewrite your internal narrative. Now, hear this carefully. In the coming days and weeks, you're going to need to stay in position. Breakthrough doesn't mean you stop being faithful. Elevation doesn't mean you stop being excellent. Increase doesn't mean you stop being grateful. In fact, this next season will require even more faithfulness, excellence, and gratitude than before, because God is trusting you with more, and greater blessings require greater stewardship. Don't let success make you forget the altar where you cried out. Don't let promotion make you forget the closet where you prayed. Don't let increase make you forget the season when you had nothing but God. Hold on to your intimacy with heaven. Protect your prayer life. Guard your worship. Maintain your integrity. Because the blessing God is bringing you into isn't just about finances. It's about becoming the person who can carry what heaven wants to release through you. You're about to enter rooms you've never been in. You're about to have conversations you never imagined having. You're about to receive opportunities you never thought possible. And in those moments, let your character speak as loudly as your competence. Let your humility shine as brightly as your talent. Let your faith be as evident as your skill. Because the world needs to see believers who prosper with integrity, who succeed with humility, who advance with character. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. Everything that prepared you was necessary. Every trial that tested you was purposeful. Every delay that frustrated you was strategic. Every closed door that disappointed you was protective. God was never being cruel. He was being careful. He was positioning you precisely. He was timing everything perfectly. And now, the preparation season is ending. The waiting season is closing. The testing season is finishing. You're stepping into manifestation. You're entering into fulfillment. You're walking into the reality that heaven has been preparing while you've been praying. Your breakthrough is not coming. Your breakthrough is now. Your elevation is not distant. Your elevation is present. Your blessing is not tomorrow. Your blessing has already been released. So lift your head, straighten your shoulders, breathe deeply, smile genuinely, because you serve a God who doesn't lie, who doesn't fail, who doesn't forget, who doesn't abandon, who doesn't give up on his children. And if he said it, he will do it. If he promised it, he will perform it. If he decreed it, he will deliver it. Before we close, if this message has meant something to you, if it's sparked hope in a place that felt dark, would you share it? Not for me, not for numbers, but because someone in your life needs this word today, just as much as you did. Someone is fighting the same financial battles you've been fighting. Someone is carrying the same burden you've been carrying. And maybe, just maybe, you sharing this becomes the bridge that connects carrying the same burden you've been carrying. And maybe, just maybe, you sharing this becomes the bridge that connects them to their breakthrough. Your job is blessed. Your income is blessed. Your future is blessed. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what God has already set in motion. Receive it, believe it, walk in it.